Actually, Mystic, while you're in a drawing mood, I have to ask, how does one design a VTuber character? I don't know where to start.
Oh, how does one design a VTuber? The best way to design a good character is you want to think about a few things. One of the things you want to think about is your shape language. Basically, the best way to figure out your shape language is how the character will look like if they were a silhouette. So, for example, this is a stickman. This is the silhouette of a stickman. For my character, I thought about shape language a little bit for my design because it's a little bit generic with its design. So I thought about two things for me personally. I wanted to have the hair flicking out like that. It's like a core part of it. Then I also thought I wanted to have one ear up, one ear down. And a sprout. It's like one small way that I make the design stand out a little bit. I also have the hair a little bit wider on this side and a little bit thinner on this side. That makes sense. Let me give an example of a character with good shape language. Let's see. So any cartoon you can think of, usually they have really good shape language because they super exaggerate this type of thing. With VTubing, it becomes a little bit more muddied because a lot of people don't have experience with character design. Not that they like, a lot of VTubers are really good with it, but yeah. Tom and Jerry, yeah, that could be one. That's an OG one. If you guys have seen Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends, that's a really good one for shape language. Like the characters are so weirdly shaped and stuff. There's like the guy with he's got the like wonky eye and then like the one eye and he got really long legs. Wilt, I think is his name. I can't remember what his body looks like, but he's like, that's my memory of him anyway. So another thing that's really important, other than shape language, and you don't have to follow it super duper closely, like you don't have to have a crazy shape character, because with VTubing, since it's more of an anime style, shape language is a little bit harder to come by, but you can still do things with it. Yeah, a lot of corpo VTubers are good with that. Diariku is a really good example, I think, of shape language. She's quite good at that. So she's got like 2 ears down like this, and then she's got 2 ears up like this. I actually designed a character with this same shape language once years ago before VTubing was a thing. I can actually show you. But I saw a picture of a character, I think that was like that, and I tried making my own kind of 4-eared fox. But I feel like that's like so Riku's thing. She's got like the 4 ears. I think that's a good example of shape language in VTubing. The other thing is that's quite important for standing out with your design and having like a proper design is your color scheme, because you need to have a good color scheme that sort of makes people think of you. And this was another reason I kind of changed my design a little, because I started off with just black, white, and blue, and it still is that way. Well, I changed the tail to obviously have more of a blue on it, be more recognizable, because if the tail just had the black tip, it's quite generic, and I often got compared to other characters that had that same look. There's quite a lot of like anime characters and stuff that have that. So, and realistically, I could have just kept it how it was, because it's popular because people like it, but I wanted to stand out a little more, so I changed it to have the blue and the more things that I liked as well. So I put like the blue moon and, you know, the cyan color. I don't think I'm any sort of expert on this sort of thing either. Definitely not. But I know a few things. So you want to have probably, so usually it's, I think a good color scheme is about 3 colors. And then one of those colors being a complementary color. So 2 main colors and then one color that complements it. So you can learn a lot about color theory, for example. So with blue, when you look at a color wheel, it's yellow and orange are the opposite colors. So if you had like a yellow in your design, it will stand out a lot against a blue. And these colors are known as complementary colors. So when you look at these two together, I always see this and I used to think, what the fuck? They look so ugly next to each other. Like, they're not complementary? What does that mean? But let me show you an example of, I'll try and find an example. If I can't find an example, I'll make an example for you. Of how blue and like orange or yellow can complement each other. See if I can find something. So Problem is, it's difficult to because AI is so everywhere, and like AI just steals the shit from artists who, you know, made this stuff. So can I do like minus AI? I search this. Maybe Apophis. There's an artist I know of called Apophis. Maybe their art would be, yeah, their art's a really good example for it. So there's an artist who I'm quite inspired by called Apophis, and they make a lot of wallpapers and stuff like that. So their art is a really good example of how blue and yellow complement each other. So here's just like a rough example of what I mean. So you can see it's how you use it. So they've got like the golden star, and then they use the kind of dark colors and the blue to really create a good contrast with it. And this is how you make like a really good piece of art, is you use your colors really, really nicely. Is this AI? This is supposed to be Apophis. This isn't AI. This is Apophis. This is not AI. This is a real, their art would have been stolen, but this is by Apophis. They're let me link their art. It has their signature on it and everything, but they're a real artist. I've known this artist for a very, very long time before AI even became a thing. Like, here's an example of one of their tweets. This is real art. I'm sure AI has unfortunately taken their art and, you know, been slapped into the stupid machine and stolen their style and their technique and stuff, because obviously it's really pretty art, and people who are stupid and awful want to steal it and not actually be good at art or be good at anything. So, yep, they're an incredibly good artist, and I take a lot of inspiration from this sort of art. Would be a big inspo for me to with that, how they use colors and stuff. They're just incredibly good at it, and I love the combination of like stars and cute animals and stuff like that. Super pretty, super pretty. But yeah, that's how you can make your art or your character designs stand out a bunch. If you create the combination of like a good color scheme, works really nicely. Let me show you another example of it, because this stuff is so pretty, and you can just do such cool stuff with using the right colors. So see, this has got yellow, it's got red, it's got blue, but they're using it in a super nice way. And you can make some really cool stuff with it. I think they're a really good example of how to do. But you can use colors that complement each other too. Let me show you. Like, sorry, not colors that complement each other, colors that are like next to each other on the color wheel too. So like green and blue, for example. And I'm gonna use Apophis as an example here. See, it's like greens and blues and stuff, and they're all kind of close to each other, but yeah. Do you want to have like some sort of a color scheme that sort of stands out on its own as well? Less is more. You can go for more colors if you want to. Having something that stands out. Now, I would avoid copying anything. You can like take, you know, a few inspirations and then create something original from it. That's how, you know, making art is. You make something new and original by being inspired by like multiple different sources and not stealing them, you know? But inspiration is how humans live. But there's a difference between like, you know, stealing someone's work, like tracing over it, and like straight up copying someone's work. To be very ethical with how you do things. But I hope that kind of helps. I hope that somewhat helps. My favorite combo is black with deep blood red with a bit of gold. Ooh, yeah, that's super nice. I think that's what's so nice about like, I think that's what a lot of people like about my dark stick version, is the combo of the red, the crimson red in the dark. Let me show you.
I do appreciate the lesson. I assume many people here did, but for the record I brain farted like 10 minutes ago and lost track of the lesson. Keep talking though, the sound of your voice is the single most relaxing thing in the world.
Thank you. I'm glad it's relaxing at least. It's okay. Yeah, like here's my dark stick And I really like this color scheme. I think it's a really nice color scheme. But yeah, we came up with this a while back. It's just literally my colors inverted. Dark Mystic. Yeah. She will see the light of day properly eventually. Those are some of the tips, right? Another tip is to have a good theme. What I like to do is combine shit. Let me think of an example. I feel like Pokemon designs are a really good example, right? Like, for example, Luxray. It's like a lightning lion. And like each Pokemon design is so unique, usually. With a few outliers, but most Pokemon designs are so good and they stand out. See how they do the like, who is that Pokemon thing? Yeah, they've got their own
Kinda
theme.
like it when you start explaining your thought process and teaching what you know.
Aww.
Why not clip all those moments and create a playlist as Mystic 101 Lessons?
I would love to.
Mystic Tappies.
I want to. I try to, but I struggle to. It's hard for me to clip all this stuff because it's like, it takes me a lot of time and so like I try to. So I have to clip it, then I need to cut it down, cut out all the fluff. I've been wanting to do this for like over a year now, and so much stuff has fallen through. But I'm hoping to start. I think it's really fun to just play around with character design. It's just such a fun thing. I used to make a lot of designs myself. Like, let me try and find some. I don't know, like my old arts, you know, it was not as experienced, I guess. So I made a few wolf characters out of weapons from Terraria because I love shit like that. It's so fun. See if I can find some other examples too, and I'll show you guys. Time for old Mystic art. So here's some of these are not the weapon ones, but here's some of the old designs I did a long time ago. Probably like a long time ago at this point. These are called adopts. Back in the day when adopts were a big thing. So these are ones that I did that were inspired by. Now they're not anything fancy or anything good, but these were inspired by Terraria weapons. So the Solar Eruption, Nebula Arcanum, but it's like using the same base while, you know, making something kind of new out of it. Phantasm, Frostblade, but yeah. So I think Phantasm was a bow or something because he's got like arrows in the back of him. Why are their legs so long? I can explain to you why. Because they are maned wolves. Now you've piqued my little interest. Let me show you what a maned wolf looks like. This is a real animal. Look how long this boy's legs are. A lot of people complain that their legs are really long, but like, it's biblically accurate. It's like, I wasn't exaggerating, man. Maned wolves' legs are long as heck. If I could, I would be a maned wolf VTuber. They're like one of my favorite animals. I love them so much. They're just so cute. They're so cute. Why does it look like some kind of shitpost? No, but look at them. They're like, long boy. The long Legos. Look at them. Oh, they're so good, the stretchy puppers.